How about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Crazy all day, baby.
You're listening to the Red Out Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome into a Red Out short clip here. This is from our latest episode. Hope you enjoy. We got a full house and we are ready to have some fun tonight. First, it's already gone off the hook and we've only been talking for 5 minutes now?
Yeah, we literally had to record another open because Jared just walked all over her trying to...
Let's get this bee started, yeah. So, winners and losers. Duke losing. I love those Duke tears.
Blue blood tears are always nice.
So sweet. I think what would have been sweeter is if Louisville had won, and I'm not a big Louisville fan, but if Louisville had beaten Duke, oh, how sweet that would have been.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. I would have been very happy. They should have.
Like a 23-point lead or something.
Yeah, we understand those feelings.
Biggest loser this week is the 8-year-old kid who made Zion Williams' shoes.
Yep, that's Devin's big loser.
Yep.
Matt, who is your biggest loser this week?
My biggest loser. Honestly, I didn't have one. I just figured y'all would give it to me. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to give it to you, Matt. Why don't you just sit on that for a minute? Jared, do you have one?
Absolutely. Robert Kraft getting caught in South Florida with a prostitution thing. The Patriots are still taking L's in Miami, and it's the off season. I'm loving every second of it.
Yes, they're getting love in Miami. Now, I heard that was before the AFC championship game. That's right, isn't it?
I have no idea. I just saw the headline and did a little happy dance, and then went around to everybody in my office who hates the Patriots and was like, "Did you guys see it? Did you guys see it?" And only one other guy was like, "Dude, I got you. Yes, heck yes."
So I guess Tom Brady wasn't there to kiss him on the mouth, so he needed somebody else. Yeah. I'm just saying. Y'all may not believe it, but I swear that
it happened. It happened at the end of the game. You're not wrong.
That's just... It's like Tom Herman. He kisses all of his players in the face, a lot.
I could see, you hug them.
No, it's like one of those things where, he grabs the side of their head and, kisses them, pushes them back. It's like, Tom, calm down, buddy.
Oh, my gosh.
You're in Texas now. You can't... I mean, I know you were in Houston, but now you're in Austin. Texas is a whole different ballgame, dude.
So, Ross, do you have an... Oh, Jared, sorry.
No, we just Jared Ross. I called him the wrong name again.
Okay. Jared Ross.
Ross, yeah.
Ross Ducher. I would say, I don't have a lot, but I would say Johnny Manziel today getting released from Canada and being effectively barred from playing again. So,
now that one I missed.
It was a nice little cameo, but maybe he ends up in the XFL next year. Who knows? But see you, Johnny.
I'd love to see someone blow a hit on him that's pretty good. So, he could probably have a little sense knocked into him.
You know what would be really funny? Is if Johnny Manziel got hired by the 49ers to play quarterback.
You can go to hell and you die. No, you know what? The ownership now lets the manager run the team for the first time in a decade.
Yeah.
So, if that
we've all got our problems.
If that gorgeous man, Jimmy G will not let his knee blow out, we'll be okay. In a couple of years.
Okay. Now,
so, hold on. I got one. One. It's on the Robert Kraft thing. I have a winner. And it's Chinese massage parlors everywhere for all the great press they got.
Rubbing toes.
But you ever been driving down the interstate and see where it says truckers welcome Oriental massage parlor? You're like, yep, we know what that extra $20 is for.
Free gerbils, yep.
Yeah, there you go.
So
you just don't walk on the floors there. You're just gonna get all sticky, man.
Not in bare feet anyway.
Why is it all sticky? Calm down, Butters.
Yeah, for the Butters.
Yeah.
So, for the 2019 NFL Draft, the Patriots select Mao Jing.
Yeah, she is a small Filipino woman. Very odd second-round choice. Didn't even declare for the draft, but okay.
Yeah, she had a Pump 40 time of...
Yeah, it was really good. This 40 time was great. Matt, do you have a loser yet? Or you just want to skip you?
I mean, I don't know if y'all did this last week or not, but the freaking pod system sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. I complained about
I disagree, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured, but yeah, it sucks.
That's like, yeah, Ross, just disagree with me on everything. No, it's not. I think in theory it sort of is okay, but like the execution that happened, like I was just looking at the schedule where USM got to sit out for a week and not do anything before they played us, but we're ranked behind us. That kind of sucks.
Well, the problem is the uneven number of teams. So with 14 teams, you can't divide them up all evenly. So that makes imbalanced schedules. It was 4, and I mean, if you had 4 pods, maybe it'd be a little bit more even. But that's the execution you're talking about, Jake. It's just there's no completely fair way to do it. So I mean, that's why it's all clunky and stuff.
I don't know though. I mean, my issue is I mean, for example, like there were of Western's 2 games, of Western's 4 games, 2 of them were teams that we had already faced on the same court. So,
well, that's also goes the other way, Matt. I mean, we're hosting. We hosted UTSA twice. So, I mean, we're not the only team getting screwed there. I mean, it's just.
I know.
It's imbalanced.
Right,
that's just kind of how it works.
Yep, that's it. Okay, so fun.
They're just like, all right, shut up, guys. We got more stuff to talk about.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the first time that
Devin's just playing random music in the background.
Yes.
Why?
So Ross and Matt have been on. I think they've been on a podcast before, though.
Together?
Maybe the reaction podcast or something like that. I think that was the only one we were on together.
It's supposed to be suspenseful, so.
Well, I don't know why. This is random ass music.
Okay.
We don't have a producer. We self-produce.
Yeah, so
I don't have a producer to yell at to be like, play the suspenseful battle music.
Yeah, because that's what I'm really wanting for is the dun 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 dun. But nothing. Yeah, we're self-produced, so we're cheapos. So big news today. We got a transfer from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Grad transfer.
I mean, he could be a grandfather.
He could be.
Transfer.
I don't know.
I don't see how it's possible.
That was an old joke, Ross. It was an old joke. Keep up. He's old. He's grad transfer.
No.
He's actually most grad transfer aren't that old. They're usually just smart and graduate in like 3 years. But whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. But he, this kid has just built up himself for. I can play 3 at a time, can't I?
No, Devin does not understand copyright law. So, like, he wants to play, like, 6 seconds of copyrighted music at the same time. I was like, you can't do that. That's when the bots get you.
They haven't got us yet. Okay. Yeah, because I don't list it. So, anyway. What's it? Okay, Ross, you did the write-up. I'll let you talk about Mr. Story.
Sure. Ty Story is a grad transfer from Arkansas. The Razorbacks were really not good last year. They went 2-10, and this is really the only season he's ever really played for them. I think he played a total of 4 games in mop-up duty before that. He was a 4-star coming out of high school. I think he had offers from like Ole Miss and Louisville and a couple of other places. But, I mean, he when the writing was kind of on the wall when they added SMU grad transfer Ben Hicks a couple months ago. So, he decided, I guess, to look elsewhere, and it looks like he decided to enter the QB Derby here. On the season last year, I think they said he started 9 games, played in 10, passed for 1,500 yards, 57% completion percentage, and 10 touchdowns, or 10 interceptions, 11 touchdowns. So, kind of okay numbers. Looking at his game stats, I mean, Arkansas was just a dumpster fire last year, but he had a couple games. I mean, against Ole Miss, 12 of 16, 122 yards and a touchdown, 75% completion percentage. Against Bama, 25 of 39 for 230 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, shown some potential. I think this is a good thing to add him. Kind of like I said in the write-up, it'd probably be better if he doesn't win the job. Like if we could get Duncan or Shanley or Thomas to emerge because they're here for more than one season. But if it doesn't hurt to bring in competition, and if this guy, wins the job, I mean, we're going to have a senior quarterback who's kind of battle testing the SEC. So good things, and we'll see if he's more of a Mike White transfer or more of a Tyler Ferguson. So.
Okay.
Nope,
That's the awful one. Go up.
So I got a buzzer here. There it is.
There we go. Okay.
That's the one.
So
that's what I was going to play if he started going on for too long.
We're going to we'll go around the horn real quick. My question is, do you think he'll do well, and do you think we really needed another quarterback?
Like, is he a Mike White guy, honestly?
Yes.
Ross, take it.
I don't think so. I mean, Mike White had, better size, better measurables, stronger arm. I think I think this guy has potential. I think he can play, but I'm afraid that most fans are just going to see SEC transfer and think he's great when his numbers this past season really didn't, even against like Eastern Illinois, they didn't even look that great. So I'm skeptical, but I welcome the competition.
Wrong one again.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
Matt, have you looked at this at all? What do you think about the SEC transfer?
Well, I haven't looked at him, but I know I do think that we needed some more competition at quarterback because you don't have anybody that's the definitive like this guy is going to be really good for us. So why not bring somebody in that has potential to, you never know. He might have found a diamond in the rough. He might just be somebody that is a good backup or doesn't even come close to seeing the field. I don't know. But I don't know of any of the other three that I could say, God, I would just love to have him out on the field and I would have no doubt about them at all. So I think, and honestly, if you look at Mike's stats, they were very similar, and he was at South Florida. He threw in the 50s and completion percentage and all that kind of stuff. It didn't have really pretty touchdown interceptions. So, I mean, I'm interested to see how it goes, and I definitely don't think – I think any of the four of them could come out on top. Legit.
See, I hit the right one that time.
There we go. Jared, what do you think, buddy?
I definitely agree with what's been said, but another thing that helped Mike White was the fact that he sat out a year, like him being able to sit out and kind of learn the playbook and work on his game a little bit. I think that helped him improve for the years that he was able to play at Western. He did a lot better than he did having that time with him just being a grad transfer, coming into a new system and everything. I'm not entirely sure how that'll work. Like the other three guys that have been on the team, although most of them except Duncan, I think, don't really know how Heldon's system will kind of work yet. I mean, they're learning it right now, but I think it's good to have an experienced guy like that just in case he does have like the experience. He does have that. He has a pretty good skill set. We'll see about that. But I mean, it's good to add to the competition. But as far as just, he's the SEC guy, let's make him our starter immediately. Like, no, we'll have to see how he does first.
I think the problem is that my issue with this kid, and I don't have any issue with the kid personally, nothing to him.
Devin
but
has met him and actively doesn't like him, is
yes,
what I'm saying.
Yes. He cut in line in front of me at Starbucks, and it just ruined my whole day. No, seriously. My issue with this kid is I'm hoping he's not like a Drew Eccles. He comes in, he goes flat, Shanley, Duncan,
I don't think you should lump Eccles in like that. He was a 5-year player who stuck around. I think that's unfair.
Yeah, he had a lot of injuries too.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think what Devin's trying to get at is you have a guy who may or may not be hyped. He's supposed to go one way, and then even maybe due to no fault of his own, he underperforms and gets kind of the rhythm out.
Yeah.
Whereas if he had not been the presumptive starter, because he did pay his dues and stuck around for a long time when he didn't have to, which is a credit to the guy. If he hadn't been that presumptive starter who either took reps when it was in practice or didn't, got the start against Wisconsin and all the terribleness happened. Like, if you had someone else start, if it had been Duncan, if it had been Shanley, and if, a certain coach had not, farmed it out and, mismanaged the roster, then you might have had some consistency going forward. And you don't want a guy to come in, take reps in game, and then, screw it up for the rest of them.
See, I like that one better.
I don't like the airborne.
But what I was saying, I'm not knocking Eccles at all, But Eccles is a 5-year guy, like you said, Ross. But he didn't. He came in, he got hurt, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, dude.
Oh, I think starting him was fine at the beginning of the last season, but once it was, he was injury prone and it was, the season was a loss. That game he started against MTSU, perfect example. Why were you playing him when you had the future to worry about?
I agree.
If this Arkansas guy comes in and he's not the guy, I don't want to see him. If he wins the job, great, more power to him. If he wants to be the backup who comes off the bench, if Duncan or Shanley struggles, cool. But if he's just sitting there and we're going to throw him in and screw up the rhythm for the future, I totally agree where you're coming from.
I think, honestly, I think that system, I'm hoping that system's gone.
Yeah, the rotating the musical chairs at quarterback's not okay.
No.
The quarterback situation last season is like the point guard situation in basketball this season. It's so weird.
Oh,
it
my
is
gosh.
weird, yeah.
We'll
get to basketball.
Yes.
Coming up.
So...
What is...
We're
just hitting stuff now. I'm just going to be real honest with you. We haven't played half of these.
No, we're just hitting
random
them,
soundboard. So there could be something just outrageously terrible. And you're like, all right, that's fine.
That does not sound like a temple bell.
That sounds like a bad fart is what that sounds like.
There we go. Temple bell. There we go. Doorbell. So we'll take it to Ross with baseball and softball.
Yeah, just a quick update. I know we talked about this a little last episode. Anytime I'm on, I'm going to talk about it just as long as the teams are doing good. Softball is off to their best start of ever. They're 10-2 after sweeping the Bill Topper Classic this weekend, beating Butler, Cleveland State twice, and Indiana State. So, that's something, I said it on Twitter on the Tower Rack account between them and then baseball, who I'll talk about here in a second. We've had very disappointing year with all the WKU sports. I mean, volleyball had their first down season ever. Football was a disaster. Men's and women's basketball have been pretty big underachievements. Maybe finally this spring we'll have something to kind of wrap our towel around and be kind of excited about. On the baseball side, just real quick, Tops took 2 of 3 from Eastern Illinois this weekend. They just beat the Mules today of Murray State. They're now 6-2 to start the year. So great start to the season. I don't know how good the opponents they've really played are. I mean, NKU, Eastern Illinois, Murray, they're kind of all crap. But, they go to Pensacola down this weekend, which is a beautiful stadium there if you've never been. Play North Florida, Louisiana Monroe, and Tennessee. If they can go 2 of 3 this weekend, especially on Sunday against Tennessee, I think we could really start getting excited about that too, which, like Jake and stuff said, there's nothing better than sitting outside, drinking a beer, and watching some baseball to pass a nice spring day. So, dude,
I absolutely love. I don't watch a lot of baseball on TV. It's not my thing. But if you can find when I was going to U of L, it was free for students to get in. They got a nice stadium up there.
Oh yeah,
and the beer was cheap. And right before, I'm not saying I drank a beer before class, but right before class. At night to go and watch one, that's a good time, man. Just watching, 60-some degrees, nice little breeze. It's freaking great.
I'll be at that game in, I guess, April or something when Western plays U of L. It'll be free that night, so it should be a good one. So if you're up there, hit me up.
That sounds fun. Yeah, that sounds cool. Since Matt is in the house, we will go to him for the Lady Tops. What do you got, Matt?
Yeah, let's see, the Tops, they played Marshall on Saturday, and they took them to overtime, and I was looking at some of this, and I was actually submitted an article today, or I was about to, and they took them to overtime. The score was tied 12 times, and it changed 18 times, so it was a super tight battle, but it was they were fighting for 4th or 5th place, and so the girls really needed that win. If they had lost, they would be completely out of the possibility of having a bye in the Conference USA tournament. So it was a big win. They pretty much, I was looking at some things, they need to win at least 1 of 2 to finish the season to pretty much guarantee a bye. If they lose both, they're possibly going to drop as low as 8th or 9th.
Man,
wow.
Yeah. Makes a tight conference.
Yeah.
And what blows my mind about the Lady Tops, and I've said this in some articles and stuff, and I know y'all talked about it a little bit last week on the podcast, but their defense is historically bad. Depending on how it finishes up, they've given up 72.6 points per game.
Oh my gosh.
Which is like the average. I was looking back, like I went through all the archives of the late toppers trying to figure out how bad this was. And there was 4 or 5 seasons they didn't have stats recorded, so I don't know.
That's the thing.
But I went back before Sanderford coached.
Oh wow.
Was in 1982 was the last time that they gave up more than what they currently have.
Gosh,
it was like 74. I think it was 74 points in 82, and then Sanderford took over that year. So that's how bad it is. The Lady Tops generally give up about 65 points a game. They're giving up over 72. And it's a shame because you think about the players they have. They have Whitney Creech, the all-time point scorer in KHSAA. Dee Givens is a 1,000-point scorer. Raneem El-Jadawi was Freshman of the Year last year. Sydney Bopp won Conference Tournament MVP. Abdul Gawad, or however you say her name, is...
We're a bunch of dumb white kids.
That Egyptian girl, I don't know. She's really good. And then Alexis Brewer's averaging double digits. Their offense is good enough, but the defense is so horrible that they're barely over 500.
So Matt, what do you think? What do you think the reason behind that is? Is it just the coaching shift, or what?
I mean, honestly, I think.
Or is it just a bunch of shift in general?
I think they're missing. I think they're missing some fire as part of it. They don't really have a true, like, floor general kind of person that gets them fired up. And I also think that Michelle was an amazing coach. And she was so intense that she almost scared them into defense.
I will rip your head off and spit down your throat.
She's here to shoot
Matt, I got a question about Conference USA women's basketball too, since you're the expert. See, is their women's team in the top 25 right now?
Yes, Rice is 24th right now.
Dude, Rice's women's team's been
do you think, let's say this hypothetical world, Western somehow upsets them in the conference tournament, would Conference USA ironically get two teams in women's basketball without the pod system?
I would say if Rice won out and then they lost in the semifinals or later, I would say it would be a travesty if they didn't make it. I think they play. I don't know. I haven't looked at the RPI lately, but at one point they were 3-3 against the top 100, and they've only got 3 losses total. They're ranked in the polls. They're killing everybody. I don't know what their RPI is, but I don't see any reason how they couldn't make it. I would say if they lose a couple here, they could be in danger. But if they win out and lose to a good team, they should still make it.
Dude, wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah, it's crazy.
If we got 2 women's teams in, and like sans the pod system that was instituted to get 2 men's teams in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so support the Lady Tops. Go watch them play. You know, if they play, it doesn't matter where. Go watch them play.
Yeah, we play Middle in Diddle. It's going to be a huge game, one way or another, on next Thursday, so the 7th. So
all right,
beat the Mutts.
Show up, beat the Mutts, because Murfreesboro straight biddies.
That's right.
Back fat of Nashville.
That is such an awful. I hate that sound.
Hope you enjoyed the clip from our latest episode. Subscribe for our weekly Read Out podcast. And always remember, go Tops.